All right, everybody, Samori Benjamin here at Citi Field with a former New York Met, all right, 1990s, Alex Ochoa, outfielder. Alex, man, thank you for joining me. Nice meeting you, and great to see you.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I definitely remember you with the Mets. I remember first hearing your name. You were an Orioles prospect, and the Mets, Baltimore, they were contending for playoff spot, and so the Mets traded Bobby Bonilla for you at the time. And yes, man. So just first of all, what's it like being back in Queens, man?
No, I love being back in Queens. Imagine, I grew up a Mets fan. When I was growing up, we didn't have a major league team. The Marlins were in town, so I gravitated watching Darryl Strawberry, Doc Gooden, Keith Hernandez, Wally Backman. I mean, on and on. All the guys that I got to watch and I got to play at Shea Stadium was a dream come true. Absolutely.
And so you were raised in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, you were raised in Florida. Okay, nice. And so wow, so you were a Mets fan, so that's really cool. So when you got traded to the Mets first, when you first heard about that,
yeah,
being a Met fan growing up, how do you feel about that?
No, the excitement was through the roof. Imagine me and my brother, we loved watching the Mets growing up, and then making that after they traded me and making that phone call to him and to my dad and everybody, and they were so excited for me, and especially being a Met fan. It was, like I said, a dream come true.
Now you had roots in New York as a kid, right?
Yes. My aunt and uncles lived up in Western New Jersey, so I was always up here in the winters on Christmas break, and enjoying it. And now my sisters lived in New York for the last 25 years. So
do you think that's how, as a kid, you became a Met fan? What do you think it was that made you a Met fan?
To tell you the truth, my favorite player, Darryl Strawberry.
Darryl Strawberry. No doubt about it. I hear you. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So when you were a Met, did you get a chance? I'm sure you got a chance to meet Darryl and all that, did you?
Yes. Well, I didn't get to meet Darryl as a Met.
Yeah.
But I got to meet him when I got traded to the Twins.
Okay.
And he was playing for the Yankees at that time.
Okay.
And he through the clubhouse, because the clubhouse connected through laundry. And I got to meet him, and he got to sign. I got a signed ball for him. So that was a special moment for me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, just growing up in Florida, what do you remember just about what the baseball landscape was like and all that?
Oh, the baseball landscape. We didn't have a major league team, so we had like WR, we had WGN, we had TBS. So we watched a lot of baseball games. My dad, me and him would watch baseball games all the time, and I just gravitated to the Mets, and I started loving the Mets, and got to see him win the World Series in '86. That was exciting.
Yeah.
And so, obviously playing baseball as a little kid, and emulating, Darryl from the right side and stuff like that, and then getting to my own style and stuff like that, and having a major league career.
So what year were you drafted?
91.
By Baltimore.
By Baltimore.
Okay. What round?
Third round.
Third round. Okay. Third round. Okay. And so what do you remember the minor league process being like for you at the time?
Well, I mean, obviously minor league's a grind and stuff like that, and obviously you meet different people from all over the place. I had never left Miami in essence, other than coming up to New York for my family, and getting to play in different little cities and things like that was a great experience. And then to I have lifelong friends now from the experience in the minor leagues, and then the everyday playing, and obviously I loved playing baseball, so it was a fun time, and.
So you were a couple of years older than A-Rod, I think, but do you remember A-Rod at all when you were in Miami?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Obviously, practicing and hearing about him when he was a high school prospect, and then when he's signing, and then, obviously all the pro guys in Miami kind of gravitate to each other, practice together, so I got to watch him a little bit and watch his career blossom.
Now, when Baltimore traded you were still in the minor leagues, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you remember about in '95? Your major league debut?
Oof, imagine. So it was ironic, right? So we were playing AAA in Norfolk in a playoffs, and I hurt my hand, and then we lost in the championship game, and then I got called up, and then they weren't sure if I was going to be able to play or not because my hand was swollen. So they did X-rays. It was negative. So I was excited. I didn't get to play for like 5 days, and then but obviously. Coming up, I was like, am I going to be able to play? And when they clear me and I put on that uniform, it was, crazy feeling to have.
Was your first game in New York and Queens?
My first game was in Atlanta, Fulton County
Oh,
Stadium.
wow, against a very good Braves team.
Yes, against Steve Avery, my first hit.
Wow,
His first at bat. So.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, the Braves won the World Series that year.
Yes,
so, Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so and what do you remember about your first game at Shea Stadium?
Oh, imagine, nervous. The lights, so funny because coming to Shea Stadium, I had never been to Shea.
Right.
So when I got to, put my uniform coming to Shea and watching the lights, bigger everything, bigger fans and stuff like that, and then the New York fans. I mean, I love the New York fans. They get on you, but they appreciate when you play hard. So I love that.
What do you remember about just your family, how they felt at the time? You said you grew up watching the Mets with your dad, and now you with the Mets making a major league debut, and they get to see you here at Queens.
Oh, I mean, it was awesome because I had all my family, my cousins, everybody was out here. Coming to watch me play, and the feeling is unbelievable. New York, it was a piece of my heart because of my family. So to play here was a pleasure.
Now you came here; it was a blockbuster, that trade.
Mm-hmm.
So did you feel any pressure as a youngster when you came here?
Yes. A lot of pressure because obviously I got traded for Bonilla. He was a super productive player, and coming here and the expectations, and it was a little bit, obviously the grind of baseball. It is what it is, and but it was a good one. It's a good experience, good vibes, and it's baseball. So I got to play here, and I got to play a long time professional baseball. So I can't complain.
And your managers were Dallas Green and Bobby Bonilla. So what was it like playing for those two guys?
Oh, different styles. Dallas was old school rule guy. So it's cool to learn a little bit. He communicated well with me. I don't know with other people, but with me he communicated very well. And then Bobby, his antics and stuff like that. So he was a different style, but I learned a bunch from both of them.
What do you think? What was your best memory as a Met?
Oh, the cycle. I hit the cycle in Philadelphia.
Nice.
5 for 5, 2 doubles, and the cycle. It was unbelievable. I never hit for a cycle ever in my life, and that was the first time.
So cool. So you're in Mets history for getting a cycle. Not too many Mets have done that in the history, so that's awesome. Do you remember who the pitcher was? Starting pitcher?
The starting pitcher was Terry Mulholland.
Terry Mulholland. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and that was '95.
That was '96.
Oh, I'm sorry, '96. Yeah, it's interesting because Mulholland was with the he was lefty, right?
Yes.
He was with the Phillies in '93 in the World Series. Then the
Yes.
Yankees got him. I remember he was not very good with the Yankees, so he must have ended up back with the Phillies. By '96. Okay.
Yes,
cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So you played with Bernard Gilkey and
Lance Johnson.
Todd Hundley.
And Todd Hundley.
Yeah.
Ray Ordonez, Edgar Alfonso, Rico Bronya, and then John Olerud first. Third base. Butch Husky.
Yeah.
Carl Everett.
Uh-huh.
So a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
We played, and we played a while in the big leagues.
What do you remember just about playing with those guys? Some of the guys you named, how that experience was.
Oh, I mean, Ray was a good friend of mine. Obviously he came from Cuba, but he lived in Miami. So we came with Edgardo, playing with Edgardo through the minor leagues against him when I was with the Orioles. So got to see him and blossom of the hitter he always was in the minor leagues, and I got to do it in the big leagues. And so those guys were really close. And I got played with Carlos Barrega, great guy.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. John Franco, I can't forget John because John was the best to me. As being a veteran, he was unbelievable to me, and he took me under his wing. So it was fun.
Nice, man. Nice. So you were here in '97. So when you were here when the first Subway Series.
Yes.
So what do you remember about? I know you all won the first game at Yankee Stadium. So what do you remember about just that time in the first Subway Series?
No, it was awesome. I mean, the energy, the Subway Series, the first time that there was interleague play, and so it's super exciting taking the bus over to Yankee Stadium, and then they did the same thing over here. Then obviously playing against Derek Jeter, all those great players, and against with the Yankees, and getting to play them in a Subway Series was a special time.
Now after '97, you were traded.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I was traded to Minnesota.
So how did it feel at the time being traded from the Mets?
I was a little disappointed. to go to the Mets. I didn't have a really good year that year in '97. So going there was adjustment. I didn't really have a good year there. And then I got traded to Milwaukee in '99, and then that's when I started picking back up to the player I was.
And then Cincinnati, who's here now, you played with them for a couple of years.
For 2 years.
2001.
Yes.
You got to play with Griffey, right? And,
yes.
And Deion Sanders too, right?
Yeah, and Deion too.
Yeah. And Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone. Yeah. I got to be Aaron Boone, Griff, Larkin, Dante Bichette, and then he got traded at the deadline. Michael Tucker, Pokey Reese, Dimitri Young. Yeah. You know, a lot of good players I played with.
What was it like playing with someone like Deion Sanders, who we see now coaching, but playing with him and Ken Griffey Jr.?
It was awesome. I mean, Deion is so funny, man. He was a great teammate. Really wanted everybody to do well, and it doesn't surprise me that he's doing what he's doing now, helping the young people and inspiring them to not only be good athletes but good men. So it's good to see.
A couple more for you. So, of your major league career, just if there was one moment that might have been your best moment, might have been a cycle, might not have been. Was it a cycle or was it something else?
Winning World Series in 02 with
right,
Angels.
Right, of course. So, right. Is that 02 World Series?
02 World Series.
You all beat the Yankees in the first round that year. And you played against Barry Bonds and won 7 games. And, so what was that? Yes, being with that team, you got traded there mid-year, right?
Yeah, mid-year.
So, how was that experience going there? And then, winning that World Series.
Well, I mean, like I said, like I always say, Mike Ochoa was the manager, and he was really, when I got traded there, he really laid out what my role, and that was very important to kind of try to fit in, and everybody was great. Everybody was on the same page, and I think when we beat the Yankees is when we were like, okay, I think we got a chance here, right here. So it was fun. I mean, incredible atmosphere. It was like, playing in the World Series and obviously winning it is unbelievable, but playing in it was unbelievable energy from the fans and the noise and, everybody pulling and on the same page. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, I still remember that Yankee series. That was a tough series for me. You all took him out. And, K-Rod, Troy Percival, all those guys you had on that team. That's really cool, man. Just if I were to ask you the most talented player you ever played with, who would it be?
Griffey. Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay, nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Hands down.
Okay. And so you still watch the games, I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of special players now, boy.
Yes.
And
do you have a favorite one right now playing?
Not really. I just like every aspect of all the great players that are playing now. Ellie De La Cruz, watching him play, watching Ohtani do what he does, watching all the great players. I mean, I like every aspect, right? Matt Chapman, the way he plays third base. I just like just watching baseball in general, and it's like being a kid again, like watching, but not really having a specific favorite team, but watching just baseball being played.
The one thing I remember about you is how good your arm was and how much you talked about your arm. So anybody who you see now that has a really good arm who you enjoy watching?
Oof, that's a good question. Not really.
Okay. Got you. Okay, last one for you. Citi Field, you played in shade. Yes, what do you think about Citi Field here?
No, it's beautiful. It's a great stadium. Obviously the fans love it. They come in droves and stuff, and they're a playoff team, and hopefully continue to play how they've been playing down the stretch, and for the Mets fans, hopefully good things happen.
All right, Alex Ochoa, you bring back some really good memories from me growing up and all that in the 90s, and really great meeting you. I could talk to you all day, man, but I'm going to let you go. Folks, former New York Met, great arm, 96, hit the cycle. Alex Ochoa. Alex, man, thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, folks, we're back.